Hey everybody, what is up? Fourth Seraph here, and today got a pretty special video for you. Today I'm going to talk about my very first gaming YouTube video and how I could have been Ali-A before Ali-A was. So let's go back in time a little bit to, I think it was like the 7th grade, probably. I don't know, I don't want to do the math, but Call of Duty World at War. I think I was in like 7th grade. When that game was out and I was playing it a bunch and it was at its peak. And so I had recruited a bunch of friends, like I found a bunch of people online to play with. I was pretty good at that game, and so I naturally just got friend requested by quite a few people, was pretty constantly like in a party and whatnot. And if you remember that game, there was a map called Roundhouse, and I remember playing with my friend, and he got on and he told me that he was just in a party with his friend who had found a glitch on that map. Now, glitches used to be really popular, so this was kind of before there was a Call of Duty community on YouTube too much. Like, there were definitely people doing it, but capture cards used to be really expensive, and so not many people had them. Plus, YouTube wasn't seen as something that could be like a career yet necessarily, and so no one was really recording stuff off a console too much. People were pretty much only recording stuff off a PC. And it was seen as more of just like a hobby. Like, people who were really into the game would make montages or stuff sometime, but it wasn't like it was today. There wasn't big name Call of Duty YouTubers. That was still kind of the age of YouTube where you would go on and you would watch funny videos and viral videos, and occasionally you might look up how to do something, and there were definitely people like making videos. But it wasn't like you would go on and there was this huge Call of Duty community and you were watching all these videos and people would upload stuff all the time. Uploads a lot of times in that community were centered around like glitches that were found, tutorials, all that type of stuff. It wasn't just like gameplay commentaries like is most popular today. And so I saw this as an opportunity, and so I didn't have a capture card because no 7th grader in the world could afford one. And so I took out my camera and lined it up to like my TV and recorded as this guy showed me how to do this glitch, and I did it. And because it was like, if you guys remember, if you played that game, you probably remember this glitch. It was around for a while before they patched it because it just took them so much longer to get patches out back then. But you could jump at this certain like wall. It was kind of like this metal like wall, and you would jump at this certain spot and you could go through this wall, and then you would go underneath the map, and you were essentially invincible, and people would run by and you could kill them, but you couldn't be killed. And so it was actually a really useful glitch and really would boost your KD and your stats, and you would essentially be able to go until you died, or until you ran out of ammo, I mean. And then you would either die, you would kill yourself, or if you were really lucky, you could get back up and you could pick up more ammo and then go back in and have like a flawless game and get 100 kills. And so I recorded this, I edited it. I was the first one actually with a video on it and uploaded it. And so because like then everyone, right, like I was using this glitch. I was a 7th grader who had just found a way to like not die in Call of Duty. I was about to exploit the crap out of that. And so everyone started using this, and so everyone was looking up how to do it. And I think it was like 2 days later, like kind of overnight, but like overnight and then a day and like the next morning. And my video had gotten like 15,000 views in like 2 days. And I had no like other Call of Duty videos or anything like that up. And it just blew up in like 2 days, 15,000 views, like a ton. And then by that point, like everyone was making a video on it. So there were some people, because there were some Call of Duty YouTubers then who like obviously had more subs, and so their video would kind of pop up first. And just from the thumbnail, mine like didn't look good. It didn't have a custom thumbnail, none of that stuff. Literally just this, my camera recording my TV screen, and then thrown up on YouTube, no commentary, only the audio coming through my TV speakers being picked up by the camera microphone, super low budget, whatever. But I then went on to like go, and I was like, man, this got a ton of views. Maybe I could be really good at this. And I honestly think, like, looking back now as someone who's making Call of Duty videos, that video has performed better almost than every video I've made, like, combined. Not anymore, like, now, because I've had a couple that have gotten a decent amount of views, but, like, for a while, I was like, my entire channel hasn't gotten as many views as that one video that I made, and it really, like, just blew up and got me a decent amount of subscribers. I don't really remember anymore how many subscribers I got, because back then I didn't care. It was more just, like, the views, because I didn't really understand anything, obviously, but I went on it, and now looking back, I wish that I had kept making videos, because just having a start like that and stuff, I feel like I could have, like, gotten so big on YouTube, like, just having a video like that, and stuff would have just been such a huge start, and I feel like just over time, like, I probably could have made pretty quality videos, you know, sometime earlier in high school. Like, they would have sucked for a while, but just looking back at even, like, what a lot of the big YouTubers now were doing back then, I'm like, I definitely could have done just as good and stuff, and already would have had a big start. But I think the reason that I didn't is because I was more interested in just making, like, other types of videos back then. And I think me and my friends actually made one where we, like, made fun of some kid in our class, and my parents made me take down all of the stuff on my YouTube channel, like, all my videos, and, like, didn't let me post for a little bit. And so I, like, missed out. I was just like, oh man, I have to take down this video that did pretty well. But now looking back and, like, seeing how much money people make on YouTube and all this stuff, I'm like, that was the worst decision I've ever made. But yeah, that's the story of how I could have possibly been, like, the biggest Call of Duty YouTuber. Who knows? I mean, maybe not, like, probably not as big as Ali A, but I mean, probably pretty big if I just consistently made videos from then until now. But unfortunately, I just didn't, like an idiot. I didn't capitalize on that opportunity. So anyways, guys, that is pretty much all I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed that little story and an insight into my first gaming YouTube video ever. But until next time, guys, I will see you online.